are going to make chicken tata, which means stuffed chicken. And here are the ingredients. We are going to stuff it with spinach. Well, I'm sure you can see the spinach. Mushrooms. We have feta cheese. We have onion, basil, a little tomato, but that's optional. And then that's for the stuff. And then we have a nice cream sauce that we're going to make. So stay tuned and get ready. Stuffing, the filling. And we are going to start with some butter. This is going to be so good. Let me tell you where this recipe came from. My youngest son was in grade school at the time, and when my kids were smaller, I would have them do little cook-offs and things like that. So my youngest son came up with this recipe, and this is something that he loves, and his friends love it, and so we're going to make it today in Jaylon's name. All right, so when we wait, we're gonna wait for this butter to melt, get it nice and hot. And while that's melting, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up this onion. Some nice fresh onion. And people sometimes say that there are ways to stop yourself from crying when you cut an onion. I haven't found one yet that works. So I just cry during the process if that's necessary, if the tears roll out. I don't worry about crying. But this one has some tough skin on it, I tell you. Ooh, this onion is fighting, y'all. Okay, got it. I'll put that over there. Just chop up some onion. Some garlic. We're going to go ahead and put some garlic in there. Okay, I'm going to take this onion and put it in there. So it's cooking. There are several ways to chop up your garlic. And we don't need it to be. Oh, did y'all see that teardrop? Oh, I'm over here crying. The onions got me, y'all. The onions got me. But okay, chopping up the garlic. Put it in here with the onions. We're going to stir these onions until they become a little translucent. Alright. And this recipe is also found in my cookbook, Cooking with Jesus. I gotta wipe my face. Stir that up. We're going to stir these onions until they become a little translucent. That the onions are getting translucent, which is clear, and they're getting browned a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add in the mushrooms. I'm going to chop up some mushrooms. And just a rough chop. They don't have to be real pretty or anything like that. Just a nice little rough chop because they are going to dwindle down in size anyway. stuffing. This is gonna be so good. I think I'm gonna add a little more butter. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add spinach. And this is 2 pounds of spinach that I'm going to add in here. But once it gets cooked down, it's going to cook down really, really to a small amount. So that's why I'm using so much. I'm going to turn the fire up a little more. Let that cook. And you'll see the difference, how it cooks down. This is just a little salt and pepper I'm adding. Flavor Spice blends, the chicken blend. I'm going to add that in there. And we're also going to add a little feta cheese, crumbled. So we'll crumble that up. And we all know that spinach produces a lot of water. So we can drain that off. We're going to drain this liquid off of it because we don't want that to go in the chicken. Actually, we can take this and put it in the sauce that we're going to make. Now we are going to make this cream cheese sauce that will go over the chicken. We're going to start off with more butter. Butter, butter, butter. So once this is melted, we'll add a little, oh, we are going to use flour. Put a little flour in here just to make a roux. Okay, go ahead and add the flour in there. You don't need much. So nice and smooth. Just a little Pinot Grigio. The liquor cooks out of it, so you won't be drunk or anything like that. And I cook a lot of dishes with wine. So we're just going to pour that little wine in there. Nice flavor. So as that's cooking out, now I'm going to go ahead and add in this entire thing of cream cheese. And that's going to start to melt. I know it looks funny right now, but trust me. Just let it all melt. So in here we have butter, we have wine, Pinot Grigio, and now we're adding the cream cheese, well, the butter and flour, which is the roux. So we're just going to mix that together. Now I'm going to add the cream. Just half the cream. We'll add that in there. And we stir this and let it melt. Your heat is on medium-low because you don't want it to burn. You just want it to warm up, melt down, get to the consistency that you wanted, and without burning. So it's coming to, it's starting to melt, and it's starting to look better. Now there you go, it's starting to look creamy. And we can add some more of the half and half in there. And more. And the longer this cooks, the thinner it'll get. And because right now it's looking like that. But as it cooks, it'll thin out. And as I add the chicken stock and more of this milk, half and half, it'll come to the consistency that I want it to come to. Alright? Alright, so I think we're going to add a little more milk. A little more. nice and smooth. Okay, now it's starting to bubble. I'm gonna turn the fire down a little bit because we don't want it thick, and when this cools, it's gonna get a lot thicker. And then we're gonna add some chicken stock in there also. The chicken broth. And what I do, I use a chicken base and I add it to water. So that's what we're gonna do. So now the chicken broth is made. And we're gonna add that in there. This also gives it flavor. So that was about a half a cup. Half a cup. A little salt. So I'm gonna use this little salt and pepper here. Put a little salt and pepper in there. That's about a teaspoon or so. The sauce is made. So we're gonna sit this to the side. We're gonna sit this to the side, and then we're gonna go ahead and make the chicken. Get the chicken prepared. Okay, so now we are going to start seasoning and stuff in the chicken. So I have I flattened a few pieces of chicken already, and so I'm going to go ahead and season them on both sides with just salt and pepper and a little bit of the flavor spice blend, chicken blend. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then you want it to taste good, so make sure you rub that in really good. And then we're going to turn our oven on to 350. I'm going to turn it on to 350 in a few minutes. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take some of the filling that I have over here, and we are going to put a little bit and roll these together. Roll them up. Roll them up, roll them up. And we're going to secure them with toothpicks. So I have some toothpicks over here that I have out already. Of toothpicks in each piece of chicken. So I'm going to make sure three toothpicks in each piece of chicken. So that way I'll know what to take out once they're done, because the worst thing you could do is bite down on a toothpick. Do is take it and put it in this skillet that we made the stuffing in. This is optional. I'm using prosciutto to cover the chicken breast with. So I'm going to go ahead and this is on this side. Okay. Well, we'll take it off there. It's not cooperating. But we'll get it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close this one up and wrap it. With the prosciutto. Another piece. Make sure it's covered. This one may need. Here's another one. 2. Okay, now we are ready to saute, where we're just going to brown the chicken on all sides, and then we're going to put it in the oven. I'm just going to pour a little grapeseed oil on them, just a little bit, not much. Just want to get a little color on them. Spinach mixture in there. You don't need a lot. And we're just going to add just a little bit on top of the chicken, so it won't get dry. Just a little bit. You don't have to smother these, but you want to get them covered with the sauce. Okay, that's enough there. We're gonna go ahead and put the top on this, put the lid on this. We're gonna put it in the oven for maybe 15 minutes or so, and then we're gonna take the lid off and then let it get brown. Okay, now the chicken is in the oven, so what we're gonna work on now are the green beans. So I have my oil and butter in there, and we're gonna go ahead and throw some green beans in here and get those started. A little salt, pepper. Okay, that's enough. And we see a little red pepper, give it a little spice. And then we're going to throw some onion in there, the pepper in there today. You can put any color in here you want. Today we're going to do orange. And we're going to throw a few lemon slices in there. Okay. And to get a little chicken broth, pepper on them. And then we're going to let these cook, and then we're going to bring the meal all together. Okay, see you in a few. The sauce, since it's cooled off, it's thickened up, and we have the remainder of the stuffing in there, which is the spinach and mushrooms and onions and feta cheese. And we're going to add some more broth to it to thin it out. And this is going to be amazing. Here's the sauce. Oh, and I also added some of the vegetable flakes in there as well to give it a little more flavor. There it is. There's your sauce. Okay, and here's the finished product. The stuffed chicken tartare, green beans a la Sharla, and wild rice. How does it taste, guys?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm reading from Psalms 145 and 15, and it reads, "The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat.